The video of some gentleness today. I'm really feeling it build towards the new moon in Scorpio, this intensity and coming into Sagittarius season. And the moon is in Sagittarius now, and that waning gibbous and that shrinking um, energy and a condensing and going within. And I'm really feeling the theme of parenting yourself, and it's been reflected in the card. It's come out in the Emperor in Tarot, which is very bold and assertive and leading yourself in inner authority and coming into that energy and laying more the foundation of building a new earth as is coming from you through integrated wholeness and reparenting yourself. That if you've been feeling any sensitivity and emotions or old themes coming up, and I'm feeling that a lot of you in the collective, and as it happens at this time of year, these themes can bubble up to the surface and maybe bring up memories of emotions because of the time of the year, and there's the expectation of winding down towards Thanksgiving, Christmas time, times that people tend to gather in family settings or with their loved ones, and how it can bring up a range of emotional experiences if you feel that you have perceive yourself to have lost someone. When we never truly lose anyone, we're always connected in the heart. So a lot of grace to you if you're navigating something like that at this time. Sending you so much love. Take good care of you. The message today is really how you can parent yourself, and specifically how you can mother yourself, since you're birthing this new age from within you energetically, and it requires you to nurture yourself and nourish yourself and take care of you as if you were your own mother and father. So how you soothe yourself, how you hold space for your emotional landscape and reality, how you give yourself gentleness, while also how you charge yourself forward in discipline and the practicalities and the stability and the structure and making sure your needs are met, and how you balance them, and even simply coming into holding the energy of that and giving yourself love and grace and feeling a power within you, anchoring it into your being is the most loving thing to do. That you create that within you energetically, so you broadcast that from you, and so you see things come to you, perhaps possibilities or magnetizing connections, or feeling more emboldened in the action steps that you do take, that you see yourself and believe and hold the energy of certainty of driving yourself forward more powerfully to create more of the outcomes that you prefer, that are taking you towards where you want to go. Getting the energy of how you may be questioning whether or not you want to entertain older dynamics that may be coming back around again. We're in Mercury retrograde, and whether or not to be with certain people during holiday season. And if you're questioning whether or not to go your own solitary path or make alternative plans, to ask yourself what serves your health, your well-being, your mental health, your emotional well-being, and what's taking you closer to the reality that you prefer to be living in. If that is feeling that you're relaxed in your body and you've got a more relaxed nervous system, if you're feeling that it would take you into creating more of what you're wanting to experience in frequency and in your reality, then that would be the clear indicator and signal of what decisions you should make and where to go to follow your own intuitive guidance as you will for you, and what feels true to you. Since it can be quite easy to keep up certain, not that I'm suggesting that you need to move away from family or things like that, not that I mean to put out that energy. Yet it's probably coming up since I have certainly taken those pathways before myself in the past, and feeling I was even guided to by mentors as well in honoring myself and my own truth and honoring my energy and following action steps that were going to take me closer to what I needed and required at that time, which was following the path of energy work and attunements, and doing certain things, down the spiritual path that my family were not aligning with and not necessarily understanding or supporting at that time, which I can have awareness of and compassion for and give grace to. Absolutely. Getting that individuation, there can be the need to break out of the construct. Because I need to drink some tea, sorry. of the construct of the family of origin system, so that you integrate into wholeness in the truth of who you are beyond that. Since we absolutely do choose our parents and everything as we come in to be the perfect dynamic. And if you're an old soul, you likely had a narcissistic father, potentially a codependent um, mother, or vice versa, who felt, in victimhood or powerless or stuck in scenarios, so that you could integrate something between of not wanting to be in the energy of manipulation, but also holding the energy of power and truth, so that you're not in an energy of stagnancy or stuckness, and not following and claiming your own inner authority. So it's the perfect example for which you could experience those dynamics to master your own inner authority and your own energy. And there is the need to break away, to be in your own energy, to come back into understanding and appreciation, and to cultivate that, and to put your own feet firmly on the ground, and to follow what's true for you, following your own hearing, listening to your own inner voice, which you're really guided to do during the Scorpio season, to truly listen to yourself, listen to what's coming to you, listen to the calling of your soul, that you spend less time scrolling and checking and looking for answers outside of you, or seeking other mentors, since everything is available and accessible within you if you tune in and create time for that meditation and connect to energies that you want to access, or do shamanic journey again and connect with your spirit guides and allow yourself to receive more of what it is you're wanting to experience within you. Beautiful card of Mother Mary had come out, lovely blue colors, and connecting with her energy to seek guidance, to feel comforted, perhaps, or embracing your inner softness as you hold more power and authority over your own life at the same time, and taking charge and going forward. I'm really feeling that softness energy come through. So I'm reading out this part. A blessing is stemming from this current event, whatever it is that you feel that you may currently be experiencing, whether it's your circumstances, the situations in relationships, it's your expression, it's navigating the new path that you're stepping into, in becoming, in being a new version of you. And how you need to give yourself grace in allowing that to organically unfold as you are meeting more of yourself. Let me know if that resonates. At the heart of all creation, only love exists. Allow divine love to steer within your heart. Allow it to move the earth and stars as the miracle of life forever unfolds. Have faith in the universal spirit of life, and know that you and those dear to you are eternally protected. I shower your loved ones with protective and healing light, so please do not worry. There's nothing to worry about, and worry actually sends negative energy towards a situation or a person. If you worry about them, then if you bless them and know that they're whole and connected to source, and they have their own angels and spirit guides, and if you visualize that or connect with that belief, you know that you don't need to be engaged or involved in certain dynamics, that everything is unfolding perfectly. Perhaps if you've been in codependent dynamics, that you allow yourself to be unhooked or to free, to liberate yourself from that, so that you can truly care for you and prioritize your own soul's journey and what you were guided to, how you were guided to be, who you're going to become in your greatness and shine and authenticity, knowing that if you see everybody as already whole, nothing needs to be fixed, nothing is bad or wrong or broken. There's the returning to you, and returning to you holding the frequency. And it's been coming so strongly to me recently, in it's less about you doing and being productive and more about you holding and anchoring in your preferred frequency, your desired states, focusing your attention, your thoughts on what you prefer to be thinking and believing to be true for yourself and possible for yourself. Doing practices such as toroidal breath, EFT tapping, subconscious mind reprogramming exercises as you drift off to sleep, to constantly refine your energetics so that you're experiencing better within and around you in your reality, and truly seeing how magical you are, how much power you hold as the authority, as the emperor, and how you can receive insights and download and feel inspired by the practical steps that you can take to bring forth your desires into the tangible 3D reality, grounding yourself in your body, grounding yourself in your energy, grounding who you are and your becoming into the world, into your way of being and showing up and in your life. And how it may feel at this time that you're integrating even more of a new version of you that's holding more power and a certain energy that feels different and may feel different to what you have experienced before, since it's literally a new version of you being birthed from the inside out. So the message on the cards coming through with my guides is to give yourself grace, to connect with inner parenting, giving yourself what you need, meeting your own needs, meeting your own emotional needs, and returning to and remembering and reclaiming the power of that light within you, feeling it, letting it flood your body, getting into meditative practice, and allowing yourself to move from there. It feels like this over this weekend, there's such the invitation for retreating more and being with yourself and activating those energies within you and experiencing them. So you're integrating more of a sense of aliveness and wholeness as you refine what it is you're working on and contributing to. So you're going to a next level. You're showing up as an even more powerful version of you. You're creating what is coming from you as next level or next level standard, or upping your prices or whatever it may be, in really embodying and holding that energy. And I'll share something here with you that a lot of creators do not, that every single person experiences wobblies. And I've done a video, and if you're navigating a wobbly, there's a few pages in my book that are devoted to if you find yourself falling into negative thinking, but you wake up in the morning and you have that moment of like, well, hang on a second, does this really work? Who am I? What's going on? And you may want to calibrate back into that remembrance and feeling you're reclaiming and calling power back to you in your energy and doing rituals and being on the frequency first. That it's so human. It's so human to wake up and to question things, and that there's absolutely nothing wrong. And it's so important that you do your energetic practices to come back into that sense of calm and stillness and peace and harmony and love, and connecting to your heart as love being the only thing that's really true and real. And so much of what you see in your reality is not even real, it's illusion. And coming back to making sense of how we live in a holographic world, and you get to choose to be the main character in your storyline and how you want to show up for that and how you want to be and how you want to feel. And if you're showing up in service work and if you're supporting other people in navigating that journey and feeling safe within your bodies, feeling they're relaxing and regulating their nervous systems, feeling they're connecting to appreciation and gratitude and love in their heart, because that's more the truth of who you are. And you can create and experience more magic from that. But it's not to say that you won't experience shadow and you won't experience lower density human emotional experiences, such as disappointment or fear or sadness and sorrow and grief and resentment and bitterness and rage and anger and frustration, when that is simply the reflection of not being in acceptance with what is, not seeing the beauty and the magic of the here and now present moment, not surrendering to it, so that you're following the current and you're reclaiming and remembering the power and the energy that you hold as the magician, as the emperor in your being, and to keep coming back to that and keep being in appreciation. In gratitude and appreciation, you're broadcasting a very strong signal. And it's almost a buffer to anything else that you may not prefer or not want to experience. Not that that's the reason that you would want to connect with that energy, yet having simple appreciation for where you're sitting, for if you've got pets. I've had a lot of appreciation for my cat recently, who's been extra affectionate with me. It's just kind of been a bit weird, but it's been activating just so much love and just having so much appreciation and connecting in the present moment with him, saying, oh my God, you're absolutely right. Get off your phone, get off your devices, just connect and be with your little buddy, and just feel all this love activated within you. And pets are so special for that, in giving us that opportunity. It's truly I feel a part of their divine plan in why they're here with us, to keep us connected to that energy of unconditional love, since that's what they represent as being godly, as being divine. And when we're in the present moment and just being present to them and witness to them and feeling and experiencing that love and sharing that love from us being the frequency, and also allowing ourselves to receive and feeling the beauty of that and the love of that, can make us feel more receptive and to feel how loving life can be and how loved you actually are. So if you're feeling that you want to connect more with animals, highly recommend that. If you're feeling that would benefit you in feeling and activating even more love within you, it's getting you on a more harmonious frequency that's beneficial to you, that's aligning you with more favorable outcomes, bringing in the better connections to you, better possibilities and opportunities. And it's so simple in returning to the heart and being in appreciation and being a witness to the magic of the here and now moment, to know that miracles are possible and miracles indeed are happening and unfolding in every now moment of every day. And we can lose sight of that in getting onto our human mind trajectory of wanting certain things to be a certain way. When we're in the surrender of the flow with the current and the dance with the cosmos, we can come back into ease and harmony in our being, in our body. We can hold power. We can command things in a way that we're remembering our power and command what we prefer to come forward and truly embodying the Emperor energy with a sense of knowing certainty and profound gratitude, since gratitude gives you grace, keeps you humble and grounded, and truly helps you move forward in a way that can make it slow and steady wins the race. And you're more rooted in who you are and who you're wanting to be. And it's not a quick fix, it can be a commitment to the long game. Another energy coming to me is you may feel that you're opening yourself to new relationships and potentially romantic partnerships, which may start out as platonic relationships, and you're seeing how your values have been refined and you have a better sense of what you're wanting or expecting, and how you're willing to. It may have felt that in the past that you were showing up in dynamics, this is coming through, in dynamics that were maybe you overextended yourself, or you were too forgiving, or you may have been naive somehow, and you've mastered better discernment. Yet there's the risk there of shutting yourself off and not allowing yourself to be vulnerable again, to let love in. And you're guided to allow the walls to come down, to share, to reveal a little more of yourself, so that you can be seen and witnessed, and to know that you are safe to love again in a deeper way, and to know that it's not all plain sailing, that there can be challenging days, there can be difficult times and difficult moments, that you're willing to show up for them, and that you're more receptive to knowing that that's also being returned to you, and how you start to see that these relationships flow more harmoniously and far more easily to relational dynamics you have experienced in the past, which can bring up this whole need for inner parenting. That's all connecting this in this video, and it seems to be making sense to me now. In constant inner parenting is required as you navigate new levels of deeper love and authenticity in aligned relationship and connection moving forward. And you'll truly see the magnificence and the beauty of the unfolding of them, and how it is easier, and how communication is easier, and how things flow better, and how you're willing to put the effort in, and you're seeing that effort return to you tenfold. You're seeing it so much more than you had ever received that in the past, since you've done so much work on yourself, since you've raised your standards so high, since you've no longer been willing to tolerate less. You're also in an energy of inviting more love in, and in allowing yourself to be vulnerable, and knowing that you're at a certain level now where it gets to be so much better. You may be opening up the pathway to experience that and to create a greater sense of home for you, and to remind you that your vessel, your body, your divine partnership, that is your true home, first and foremost. And home can also be what you pour into that you love. It can be a passion project, it can be your business, it can be whatever you give love to, can be your sense of home. So it doesn't have to only be in partnership or relationships or in family. Your home is always exactly where you are in the portal of your heart. Let me know if this has resonated with you today. Just feeling the need to share a lot of gentleness and softness. Sending you lots of love. See you in the next one.